Here we have a SAT math problem. Okay, let's go to the question. The initial price of a computer is $8. For each month that passes by, the price is reduced to 10% less than the price for the previous month. Based on this information, the price P of the computer can be modeled by the equation P equals to A times R to the nth power, where N is the number of months that have passed and R is a constant. The price of the computer decreases by N% every 3 months. What is the value of N? Actually, here we have an exponential function, and also it's an exponential decay function because the price P represents the price of the computer. It's reduced to 10% less than the previous for the previous month. Okay, so our first aim is to find the value of this R over here so that we'll be able to solve this problem. Usually, we write the exponential function as in the form of P equals to A times 1 positive or negative some value over here raised to the power of n. So here A is the initial value and n represents a time. It may be in years or months or weeks. It depends upon the problem where we discuss n. And here we have positive and negative sign because so this one I have written over here for both exponential growth and decay. When I have just positive sign over here, that function represents exponential growth. When I just have negative sign over here, that represents exponential decay. The value I have over here will represent the growth rate, and for example, if I have a 10% growth rate, then growth means I will have only positive sign over here, and I will convert this growth rate 10% to decimal, then I'll be getting 0.1. We will be writing 0.1 over here. In case if a particular quantity is decreasing at the rate of 10%, decreasing means it's exponential decay. In that case, I'll be writing a negative sign over here at the place of question mark. I'll be writing 0.1 which represents decay rate 10%. Okay, in our problem, so since the price of the computer is decreasing, that is reduced to 10% less than the price of the previous month, so it's exponential decay, so we have to take a negative value over here inside the parenthesis. Since the decay rate, that is the decrease rate is 10%, we can convert this one to decimal. It will be 0.1. Okay, now when I simplify this one, I'm getting A times 1 negative 0.1 is 0.9 to the nth power. Okay, now I got the value of this constant R, that is 0.9. Now let's go over the information we have over here. That is the price of the computer decreases by N% every 3 months. That is by whatever percentage the price of the computer decreases in the first 3 months, by the same percentage the price of the computer will decrease for the next consecutive 3 months period. Okay, if I get the percentage by which the price of the computer decreases in the first 3 months, that's the value of n. Okay, so for that what I have to do is I have to plug in n equals to 3 over here because n represents the number of months, and I want to find the percentage by which the price of the computer decreases in the first 3 months. For that, let's plug in n is equal to 3 over here. P equals to A times 0.9 to the third power. Okay, I plugged in 3 for n over here. Now let me evaluate this one. So let me continue over here. P equals to A times. When I evaluate 0.9 to the third power, I'm getting 0.729. Okay, now what I have to do is I have to write this stuff in this format, that is A times 1 negative some value over here. So A times 1 negative. So I have to write some value over here so that this is equal to 0.729. Let me assume x over here so that this 1 negative x equals to 0.729. Okay, now let me solve for x. That is 1 negative x equals to 0.729. To solve for x, let me subtract 1 from both sides. When I subtract 1 from both sides, I'm getting negative x equals to negative 0.271. That is when I simplify the stuff over here, I'm getting negative 0.271. Okay, now to get rid of the negative sign over here, I multiply both sides of this equation by negative 1. Then I'm getting x equals to 0.271. Okay, now I got the value of x. Let me replace the x over here by the value I got. That is 0.271. Okay, here I just plugged in n equals to 3. N equals to 3 means the 3 months. Okay, so in the first 3 months, the price of the computer is decreased by some percentage which is given by the decimal number 0.271 over here. Okay, now to get this, to get percentage form of this decimal number, we have to multiply this 0.271 by 100. So when I do so, I'm getting 27.1%. That is in the first 3 months, the price of the computer decreases by 27.1%. So in the next consecutive 3 months periods also, the price of the computer will decrease by the same percent, 27.1%. But the question says the price of the computer decreases by n% every 3 months. But we got it, the price of the computer decreases by 27.1% every 3 months. Therefore, the value of n is 27.1.